Here we go, Paul, you ready? Action! Hi everybody, John Gill here from Journey into Pickleball. And look who I have here, the one and only Paul Olson.
Hey John.
Who's interviewing a lot of other people, so at the time he got an interview.
I like it. I like it.
Giving you take, you know what I mean?
Yes,
You're giving yourself a seat, mate. So, Paul, where did pickleball start for you? I know you're an avid tennis player, great tennis player in the old days. You just told me you played your first tournament a year before I was born.
Thank you very much for letting everybody know that, John.
But I'm not going to say how old you are, mate. I'm not going to say how old you are.
But they know how old you are.
Yeah, that's right. Nice. When you played your first tournament? Well, so tennis.
I had a very good friend of mine in Minnesota who was a very, very fine tennis player that couldn't go for coffee one day because he needed to go play pickleball.
Yeah.
And that was in 2012. So it was 11 years ago. I don't know that I would have even paid attention to something called pickleball, except Dave was a really, really fine athlete, had been an athlete his entire life. I was curious. I said, if this guy's doing this, I've got to find out about it. I got deeply involved in it and played a lot of tournaments, got involved with running some tournaments, but I just had great fun with it. And then 5 years ago, I started traveling the country in the pickleball world.
And we met in New York. It was amazing. That was just fantastic. Chatting to Paul, he's got such an amazing pickleball mind, you know. And we're just about to date a game called pickleball. I call it a fun game with a funny name, Paul.
There you go.
But I like the name because if you call it paddle tennis or something paddle ball, it wouldn't be the same. You wouldn't have the Ernies, the Kitchens, all the funny
now
names.
that we're the cool kids, it's just pickle. It's just
pickle.
We're all just pickled.
That's it. Let's do pickle.
Yeah.
Pickle ballers. You played a lot of tournaments. You've done it really well with your pickleball and.
I play a lot of tournaments. I'm slowing down on tournaments. It's just as I'm what I call extra mature.
Yep.
At the higher levels, there aren't all that many of us. So we often are in big national tournaments. I play because that's kind of where all of the top players come together.
Yep.
And I don't mind playing the children. You know those 50-year-old guys. You know. But,
thanks, man. I'm actually 61, but thanks for the compliment.
But mostly I have so much fun being part of the sport. I do marketing work for Selkirk. I do a show called Future of Pickleball.
I love it.
You can see it on Selkirk TV or the Future of Pickleball on YouTube. But I get an opportunity to interview the real movers and shakers, the people that are changing the game, that are creating things, are making it happen. And that's a cool, fun thing for a guy to do who loves pickleball.
So what is the future of pickleball? So I formed World Pickleball Association to get this wonderful game into the Olympics by putting more tournaments around the world, including my country, Australia. Now, a lot of you Americans didn't even know this, but the Olympics in 2032 is Brisbane, Australia, Summer Olympics. So if we can get a roll on, hopefully towards 2028, as a demonstration sport, or we'll do our own demonstration. Whatever. We'll just do our own, and then hopefully get it into Australia to 32. But it's going to take so many countries, isn't it, to
Well, it is,
recognize it.
but frankly, that's happening. You know, we have so much going on in Europe. We have Asia, South Asia, India is on fire with pickleball. Spain, Germany, it's happening. And realistically, when you think about it, the reason this sport explodes in the U.S. first and now it's going worldwide is because it's relatively easy for somebody to walk on the court and start. They aren't great to begin with, but we talk about it as an easy game to learn and a challenging game to master. We were here at a major pro event together. To see what a pro athlete looks like in this game is just as demanding as any other pro athlete or any other pro sport. But the thing that I tell people, John, all the time in my travels, all of the work that I do in pickleball, I've met over 50 ex-professional athletes, tennis players, baseball players. I just was at the Super Bowl doing an event where they wanted pickleball to be part of it.
Oh, cool.
Because in the U.S., the NFL, National Football League Alumni Association, wants to start driving its players to pickleball from a health and wellness standpoint because they need to stay active. And they've been athletes all their lives through the pro game, and then they get to a point that they get lazy, they get fat. We need them athletic. I see those sports, and so it's sort of the proof in the pudding to me that pickleball has demonstrated that for somebody that's an athlete that likes fun and quick and camaraderie, but also likes competition, we're where you go when you're finished your other pro sports.
Well, Tom Brady just announced that. He says he's getting into pickleball. He's retired now. He's getting into pickleball, and then as all the McEnroe and Agus and these guys are doing and Chang, and they're doing a charity event,
right?
A couple of months' time. It's just unbelievable. And John Isner playing.
Well, and frankly, I could start a list that would blow your mind, and and then there's so many players that were, that participate and compete, but they've become addictive. They're having so much fun. And what drove them through sports all their lives was competition, was being able to face up against somebody and saying, all right, bring what you got.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm your guy. And they're having a gas with it.
It is addictive. It's a good addiction to have, by the way. So the sport is really good for people, and it's such a fun game. This sport is so active. Like you get, you get the ball so many more times than you do in. The average rally in tennis doubles is 3 shots. The average rally in pickleball doubles is 9 shots. So you're active all the time. Soccer, you've got 22 people going after one ball. Pickleball, you're getting it all the time.
Yeah.
And that's where focus and concentration comes in. You're going to really be on the ball, so to speak, to keep your focus on, because it happens so quickly.
Well, and don't you find, any of us that come from a long tennis background, a rally, like you say, is relatively quick. I have 5 or 6 rallies in every game that I play doubles pickleball that are like the greatest rally I ever had playing doubles tennis.
Yep.
It is just, when you get an 8 and a 10 and a 12 ball rally and everybody's on the ball, there's nothing else like it, and that's the stuff that I think is making this sport magical.
It's amazing. It's just the greatest game. I mean, it's just amazing. I've done 40-odd years of martial arts and tennis. I've never laughed so much in my life. I love the other sports still. I still compete in those. I still love them. But pickleball, I've never laughed so much and had so much fun. Even in a competitive situation, very good sportsmanship. You notice that good shot. And it's probably the only sport that your opponent gets as excited or more excited than you do when you win a point. Great point, guys! A bit of luck. And it's so interactive. I just think I just want the whole world to play. I just think it makes like, I'm a pretty happy guy anyway. This is even maybe happier.
Very nice.
I mean, it's just amazing. I just fall in love so much in pickleball. So if you haven't tried it yet, you must.
Absolutely.
And just like you can't judge a book by its cover, don't judge a game by its name. Pickleball, it's a fun game with a funny name. So make sure you check it out. I'm World Pickleball, the WorldPickleballassociation.com, and I must say Selkirk TV have very good instruction videos. With we got Wes Gabelson, Steve Paranto, Tyson, Steve and Wes. I promoted them back in clinics up in Oregon last year. They were fantastic, absolute legends in the game, Hall of Famers. Tyson McGuffin and K-Mac, Kyle McKenzie run great videos on Selkirk TV. So congratulations on Selkirk TV. And
that's a free app on your app store at Selkirk TV.
Yep. It doesn't mean you can't try other paddles like Katana, of course. I love my Katana paddles from Komodo as well, but it's up to the individual. So check them out. But whatever you do, you've got to play pickleball. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, John.
Take care, everybody. See you on the court.
God, you do good work. Thank you.